Alrighty, it's 21st Century Man. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're back. It's episode number 7, but no one's really keeping count other than me. Thanks for tuning in. Hit like, hit subscribe, write a comment, whatever. And we're here today with an economic update. Economic update. Do. That's the 21st Century Man. Economic update. Things are things are bad. What a shock, huh? Well, hey. If you're on this if you're clicking on this video, more than likely things are bad. There's a chance though things are good for you. Maybe the old stock market day trading thing. You're living in your parents' basement, but that's working out. You're bringing in a couple bucks here and there, but you're not paying rent. But you're so. Yeah, this is fine. I'm making money left and right. Maybe you got some meme coins, like that's real. Maybe you're doing that, but the key in that little phrase there is you're probably not paying rent, right? How's your DraftKings account looking? I run into kids at work all the time. My coworkers, every single one of them that's like 19 to 24, even 19 to 34 probably, is addicted to gambling, sports gambling. I think I'm the only one who doesn't sports gamble at work. Any male. I don't know about the females. I don't ask. They're addicted to like material things. They're addicted to their mind. They're addicted to like a look, having a look so they're noticed. And it takes a lot of money to do that. So honestly, it's not that much better. But it's not like they're addicted to scratchers like old people are, or the slot machines. But they're addicted to sports gambling. And it's a tough look, guys. I mean, previous episode, meeting Jack Torrance, one of my coworkers, on top of the booze addiction he was definitely addicted to sports gambling. And he'd always be like, yeah, I got these long-term bets, like mixed in with some short-term bets. But the long-term ones, like I got the Dodgers winning the World Series, really good odds. And I didn't put a whole lot of money down, but I got in early. Yeah, right. Okay. We'll see, man. Whenever anyone asks me at work, one of my coworkers, my younger coworkers, they're like, do you like the money line bet on this one, or the over under on this one? And I've done my sports gambling in the past, and I like playing poker. I'm a 21st century man. I'm not immune to these things. But through time, and I've never really had the buzz, the feeling of the buzz of like being stuck into a gambling. Like I think an ideal Saturday or Sunday for these guys and keeping the ball moving on the tracks or whatever is just that, the mindless buzz, maybe mixed with some booze in as well. But like from like the time they wake up to the time they go to bed, they're in this headspace of like, holy crap, I'm gambling. I have the opportunity to make a bunch of money today. I'm being productive and I'm having fun. I don't know. I would say it's probably an out-of-body experience, but it's fueled by booze for sure, or other illicit drugs. There's weed in there too, but meet a lot of weed heads gambling, but I don't know. Adderall, other speedy type stuff in there too. But it's definitely like it's their way of getting out of their mind. And it's just, I mean, you hear about people pulling the slot machine. It's not even about the winning. It's about the pulling and the atmospheric, like, tunnel vision. It's like that scene from Jaws where he zooms in he's sitting on the beach and it's like a zoom in on his face as he realizes that this whole shark thing is real and he's witnessing it. Not really the same application, but I don't know. Getting that art and that zoom in aspect. There's probably a better way of representing it somewhere. Just getting out of your body or out of your mind, because everyone's got struggles. We're doing the economic update here, and things are doom 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 doom. Need a gong. Bow. Things are bad. Things are bad in the economy, and that's not news to anybody. I mean, unless you're watching CNN, it's probably news to you. It's news to you if you are in a particular tax bracket and you probably were just born into it. Like out here, I meet a lot of chicks who they're like they come from rich families of like agriculture or like horse type stuff, or I don't know, like some definitely all dying industries that are being bought up by monopolies and stuff, but they're still hanging on and they're probably immune to it, right? They don't understand. But how could you understand if, I mean, they've lived very semi-charmed lives, fully charmed lives. Haven't had to really struggle, haven't understood what it's like to be struggling for cash. But for the most of us, right, for the 21st century man, a 21st century man, me, who is, we haven't really got into this, but quite highly educated, if I do say so myself. I do have the proper paperwork, sir. But not a whole lot to show for it. But I mean, I'm struggling. And then there's people who are beneath me on the educational background spectrum that are struggling. These kids, yeah. When I'm at work, I've just been noticing the last month or two, so many people are looking for jobs, calling me up. Hey, I dropped off a resume. I'm just calling to see if I can speak with the manager about it. A 21st century man. I wish I could help you, man, but I don't have the power, and my manager's never here, coincidentally enough. So I'm just going to be like, yeah, I'll pass that on. Sorry, dear listener. But if you applied online, you applied online. It's just like anything else, right? There's no special treatment here. No handshake deals I can make with you. I'm just lucky I'm here. That's why I'm worried about losing my job at every single moment. Every single interaction I have. I'm just worried that it's going to end my career, going to end my employment. And I'm going to be back to the streets of DoorDashing while I'm glaring at my check engine light on my car that gears so rough that it feels like I'm on a horse. Oh, I don't miss those days of getting to 5 o'clock and being like, oh God, I got to go DoorDash. I got to try and make $75 to $100, even though, 15 of it's going towards gas. The other 15 of it's going towards just general wheel damage or, depreciation, we'd call it. So it's really in the long run, it's not a good job to have, obviously. But in a pinch, if you're willing to like really be disciplined, you can honestly make better money than working in employment. It's just, it takes discipline. It takes being there at Saturday at 4 o'clock and beyond, and being on the clock and in certain areas of town. Being disciplined about not taking orders that are crappy, that only pay you a little bit of money, and just being able to just sit there in your car and wait. Patience, a virtue. And then you get the good moments, and it lasts for like 2-3 hours where you're buzzing, where you get the orders and money's flowing in and you're feeling good. But then it just like gambling, huh? The gambling economy we live in. A 21st century man comes up with a new economic theory. The gambling economy. No, that's been theorized before. I'm sure someone out there has put that together. We do live in a gambling economy, and I'm seeing it more every day. But I get these calls at work and people coming in, dropping off resumes, saying they applied online. And it's not only from like adults and young adults. I get it. I had this guy that was straight up like 75, 80 years old giving me his story. But first off, he kept confusing. He'd be like, I applied, and here I gave you my application, but he was confusing application with resume. So he just kept on giving us his resume and being like, this is my application. And it's like, man, you can't even work your smartphone, bro. I'm sorry, but how the heck are you? I mean, I feel sorry for the guy. He's probably 80 years old, obese, can't really walk. I mean, that's kind of rather here nor there. That's most people nowadays, but definitely can't operate a smartphone or a computer, doesn't understand how to apply online, but he's looking for jobs in this economy. Yeesh. But then he's telling me, well, I got this other part-time job at this other hospitality business that's alike the one that I work at, so it makes sense for me to come over here. And he's kind of talking matter of fact like he's got the job, and it's like, it's old-timer logic, right? Give them a handshake and a smile and they'll give me a job. That's what they've been told their entire lives, and it couldn't be further from the truth. But then he's telling me, well, I lost my wife passed away, and she took the insurance with her. So now I need more work to be able to pay for my pills. Didn't get any more specific than that, but wow. I mean, no surprise that this is happening. And if you have no network of support, this is what you get. You get an 80-year-old guy who should be probably in a home, but he's looking for part-time work to be working with high school kids, college kids, and a 21st century man like myself who was underemployed. Bitter about my employment currently, but I'm having to just grin and bear it because there's nothing better for me. To be fair, that's going to be me in 40, 50 years too. That's why I'm sympathetic to the guy. If I could give him a job, I would. But I mean, my boss was like, probably not. And I don't blame him either. You can't operate a smartphone. You have to use a smartphone to be able to log in. I mean, there's guys that are 50 and 60 years old working with me. They're retired. And that's even kind of like, why are you here? I mean, it's not their problem. It's a societal problem. It's the economic problem, right? And no one should be shocked that we're here. But yeah, you work a job. That one guy was in construction forever, so he made good money, supposedly middle class, upper middle class money. But for some reason or another, he still feels the need to pick up 14 to 20 hours a week, and for supplemental income, I don't know, for his grocery bill. It's kind of like not. It's obviously a poor indicator, we'll say. And I know anybody working in the hospitality business or, I don't know if we call it the service economy, can relate to this. People that are older trying to get jobs, competing with younger people who are trying to get jobs. I had a kid come in yesterday, he brought in his resume. It was on some card stock and whatever he's telling me. But he's not available anytime. I'm like, so, because my boss he basically I'm just trying to think of stuff to keep the conversation going. But one time my boss did mention this, just like, well, ask him for availability because we're looking for people who are available, especially on the weekends. So I asked this kid when he's available, and he's like, well, not Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm available Monday through Thursday, but only in the mornings. And I'm like, so the prime shifts, the shifts that everyone wants. No one wants to close, dude. Like, sorry, dude, but you're going to find out fast that, I mean, that's the position I'm in as a 21st century man working. I'm month 4 of this job. The only way I'm able to get hours is by closing, because I realize I have to work my way up, right? You can't just walk into a business and demand the primetime hours. That's insane. But if you're 19 years old, you don't get that yet, I guess, even though you probably should, because it's common sense. So, I took the resume. Yeah, I'll pass this on, blah, blah, blah. Put it on my boss's desk. Next afternoon, I came in, assuming I'd see it there, and it was in the trash bin. So, the problem is, though, too, I'm the front-facing person. I'm the one interacting with tens of hundreds of customers a week and taking their phone calls and taking them coming in, and I'm the one having to look them in the eye. My boss doesn't have to do any of that. He hides in his office. No disrespect. That is what it is. Oh, I don't know, man. Things are tough out there. And as a 21st century man, I feel like there isn't, I keep on picturing, again, I picture life through movies a lot of times. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's the way it is right now, especially when I'm alone at night and I'm just watching movies. And there's plenty of movies talking about dystopia, which is a genre of a 21st century man. Maybe you can relate to, listener. But there's this scene in the movie 2012, which it pictures the end of basically civilization due to a weather-related event, climate-related events. They just got the time frame wrong, which I guess was probably the point. That's what they wanted to sell it. They should have put like 2112. Hopefully by then a 21st century man will be gone. Just like all you do, listeners. I think we're like just at the end of it. It feels like we're just late stage capitalism, man. It's probably true though. We're kind of at the end of it, but I picture there's this scene where the tectonic plates on the West Coast are just like slowly going into the ocean, and you're seeing just like basically neighborhoods and businesses just kind of like being enveloped by the sea. That's kind of how I picture the 21st century economy as a 21st century man. Or the Titanic, I guess, just slowly going down underneath the waves. The rich people are in their boats, and the rest of us are just kind of making it work, going down with the band. Oh man, you either laugh or you cry. Yeah, that's how I'm picturing things. I don't know about you guys. Hey, I just think there's some bad indicators. One, I'm seeing old people apply for part-time work that they shouldn't be working because they can't afford their bills. Two, kids are living at home still, not going to college. No disrespect. You shouldn't go to college now unless you're going to be a doctor or an engineer or something literally specific. The rest of it, you shouldn't go because you're going to be working at Red Robin. You're going to be working at Red Robin. Or McDonald's with putting fries in the bag, bro. Or working in the hospitality business with me. Just Joker smiling his way through shifts. You're not going to... The corporate entry-level job is gone. Or it's only for a select few. And it's getting tighter and tighter. So if you're just a dude or a 21st century man or a 21st century woman who doesn't have a lot of connections and didn't come from a rich family, save that money. Don't go to school. Maybe go to a trade school or whatever, but some people, it's just, that's not their skill set, and that wasn't mine either. So I got a liberal arts degree of a sort and a master's degree, and it got me nowhere. So take it from me. We're a sinking ship right now. You might as well get the best position possible, though, and that means not going into debt, student loan debt, and that means trying to save your money, and I guess that means putting some money in DraftKings.com and hoping that your team hits the money line, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get ahead. Maybe buy some scratchers. That's what the kids are doing. I don't know. Maybe go to the casino, put it all on black. It's better than going to a college for 4 years, popping out the other end, and there's no jobs for you that'll even pay you $40K a year. Right? There's no stability. You're going to make $25K a year, and that's if you're lucky. So take it from me, a 21st century man. This gambling economy that we live in, it's what we're living. So either adapt or end up on the streets.